All right, big exclusive coming up. India today has details that you've never heard before till now about Operation Synindor. Exclusive access to the covert and deadly details of India's operation and how it very precisely rained hellfire on Pakistan. Eventually, Pakistan had to seek a ceasefire. So listen carefully. Sources reveal India fired around 15 Brahmos missile on Pakistan bases. 15 Brahmos missile. The strike by the Brahmos and the scalp mainly hit the hangar of the Pakistan Air Force at one air base in Sindh where they have suffered damage. Aircraft missions carrying the missiles flew from different air bases in Western and Southwestern Air Command. Missions had attacked almost all the major sites of Pakistan Air Force. 11 of their 13 bases were successfully hit. Sources have told India Today exclusively that the armed forces have been on high alert. Any escalation by Pakistan can now be easily responded to and will be responded to by India. But remember the Indian armed forces, especially the Air Force this time, showing its might, completing a crucial mission like Operation Synindor. 23 minutes, over 9 to 10 targets hit. First terror targets, then military targets. This is a precision strike like never before.
Now, once they got hit as badly as they did on the morning of May 10th, and all of you have seen the, today the satellite pictures which actually bring out very graphically how much damage we did. By the way, the satellite pictures also bring out how little damage they did. So these pictures, I think, will tell you what a hit they took. And the same people who are not willing to stand down on 7th May were willing to talk and stand down on the 10th of May. It is very clear who wanted the cessation of firing.
Bringing us this exclusive information is India Today's managing editor Gaurav Sawant. He joins me this morning on the first up. Gaurav, good morning. Tell me this. I see that the Indian Armed Forces consistently saying, the government saying, we are on a hot standby. What is this hot standby, if you can explain the term right now?
Government sources tell India Today that there is a pause in hot operations. The armed forces are in a state of highest readiness. The operational readiness platform, combat air patrols by the Indian Air Force, they're happening as usual because Pakistan is an adversary that just cannot be trusted, and history has shown India that each time there's been a ceasefire in operations, and in this case there wasn't a war for a ceasefire to happen. India said yes, there is a pause in operations. Pakistan has been put on notice. Now, if under domestic pressure or under pressure of terrorists, whether it's the Pakistan Army or Lashkar-e-Taiba or Jaish-e-Mohammad, they mount an operation against the people of India or against military installations by the army, there would be an immediate and punitive response, which could perhaps be even worse than what Pakistan went through on the 10th of May morning that compelled Pakistan to seek a ceasefire. So the situation does remain precarious. Indian Navy ships, they are still out there in the Arabian Sea. They haven't come back to port. Operational deployment remains. The army is alert, not just along the line of control where the posture was always aggressive, but even along the international border. But then there is no movement. There's no forward movement of troops on ground. So there is no escalation from the Indian side, but they're waiting and watching Pakistan's behavior.
But I find it interesting here. We keep talking about Pakistan. I also noticed Chinese arms and ammunitions, the missiles, the defense systems. Does that mean, and from what I'm picking up from what you're saying, does that mean command centers were in China?
Now, that's a very pertinent point and a matter of greater scrutiny in India. India wasn't just fighting Pakistan state-sponsored radical Islamist terror and Pakistan army attacking India or escalating in defense of the terrorist bases that had been hit by India on the 7th of May. There were Turkish operators on ground. There were Chinese operators who were helping the Pakistan Army. Now, 80% of all Pakistani military hardware is from China. By some accounts, more than 80%. So whether it's the JF-17 Thunder fighters or the J-10s or the J-7s, the J-10Cs are the new Chinese aircraft. The JF-17s, of course, now manufactured in Pakistan. However, there are a large number of Chinese engineers and operators who are there on ground for logistics support, maintenance with these missiles, including the new PL-15 export long-range air-to-air missile. Now, China doesn't share codes with anyone. The question is, was this remotely handled? Whether, as experts argue, through a satellite, through data link, through operators in an advanced early warning airborne command and control center, or a center which was some distance away from the theater of combat. These are issues that India is still grappling with. It's very much possible India has the technology, China has the technology, Pakistan, courtesy China, has the technology, because do keep in mind, Pakistan does not have a dedicated military satellite or satellite that would, give battlefield transparency. So China is helping Pakistan in its war against India or operations against India. So India was able to defeat not just Pakistan, impose costs not just on Pakistan, but also on Chinese weapons and Turkish weapons. And 2 Turkish operators, we are told, were killed during Operation Sindoor. So this is a big win for India, considering it was battling the combined forces or equipment of Pakistan, Turkey and China.
That's the reality that India will also have to come to terms with and realize who are friends and foes at this juncture. Thank you very much, Gaurav Sawant, for all these exclusive details that you're bringing to us.